2022. Alright, live. Live. So today's January 22nd, or January 12th, 2022. Okay. Alright, there we go. We are good on everything. Give everybody a second to get on here. Hope everybody's having a great day. Hope everybody is motivated and fantastic. First thing I'd like to do, as we're waiting on everybody, is my good friend Karen, my good friend Kathy, my fault, I didn't said that wrong because I was thinking of one of my other friends that just died. But a friend of mine, Kathy, she goes, "Dear Jeff, this is hat that I was telling you about. I hope you enjoy it. Please post it and make sure you're wearing it." So, Kathy, I got this in the mail today from my good friend Kathy. Everybody see it? Everybody see it? My friend Kathy got me this hat. I will have to, everybody knows that every once in a while I wear different hats on the show. What they don't know is the longer my hair gets, the more hats I have to wear. Because I just can't seem to... Anyway, there we are. How's that? Can everybody see me okay? Does it look good? I love the hat. It's awesome. Thank you very much. I appreciate you very much. And like I said, she gave me this Snoopy little card. And like I said, we do these motivational things. I have people that every once in a while send me some stuff, but it's pretty awesome. If anybody wants any of their products or anything shown, that's fine. I want everybody to know that if you want to see these videos also, you can go over to YouTube. I'm actually creating an entire area over in YouTube where you can see these videos and other videos we do, from the soapbox derbies to the Great River Honor Flights to fishing for freedom to the justice system, the legal shield, the AMSOIL, to horseback riding, to Pinewood Derby racing, to Cub Scouts, Boy Scouts, the Girl Scouts, different things we do with them. Everywhere from Girl Scout cookies to pictures and painting and the art fairs, zoos, carnivals, horse shows, horse riding, different things that we do, Jeep work, sound deadening for Jeep, some of the best stuff you can do for sound deadening for Jeep, the best synthetic oils you can put in any type of vehicle. I do a lot with truck drivers because I help truck drivers on a daily basis. Everybody always wonders why I'm truckguy.org and I am a trucker.info, stuff like that. It's because I work with truck drivers and everything else. So as everybody's coming on, I always take about just a couple minutes and wait everybody. Everybody wonders why I do these long monologues at the beginning. It's because when I get on, it takes a little bit for people to know that I'm on, for people to be aware of it and everything else. And I've had a lot of people ask me in the past, why does it take so long? I also want everybody to make sure to get a good look at this beautiful hat that Kathy got me. Anyway, it's just awesome. And I love it, and it's great. And today we're going to start out with our... I made it a little too tight, though, on my head. We're going to start out today reading a course from our quote books. And the reason why I do that is, like, a lot of these quotes are just to inspire you and to push you to do better. Now, a lot of people, if you looked at a little bit of one I did earlier, I know a lot of you guys are not seeing everything I'm putting on here because I'm only putting it towards people that want to have a little bit more. So a lot of the stuff I do is on Zooms and everything else. But I decided I'm going to go ahead and express something to you. I try to watch my mouth on these because I am a Marine and I do have a very dirty mouth sometimes. And the reason why is because when I motivate people, I'm going to be very honest, upfront, and clear with you. Each and every one of you matters, and I know a lot of people started getting this opinion in their head that, oh, well, he's just being on... No, I really, literally mean you need to get your ass up. You need to freaking do something more with your life. You need to quit freaking looking at the ground, acting like the only thing that worries you in the entire world is everything that's happened to you, and stop feeling sorry for yourself, okay? I am one of those friends that I adjust to people's feelings and moods and stuff like that, but some of you guys, you need a good swift kick in the butt because, like I said, you're actually either doing it because you're looking for attention and publicity, or you're doing it because you just are so lazy that the whole world's just ending and you're lazy and don't want to do something more. And let's face it, you exist. I'm not going to sit back and tell you that you don't, because we know who you are, we know why you're doing it, and I've had a few of my friends, I hate to say it whether or not, they were doing certain things for attention and publicity, but because we called them out and because we knew what they were doing, okay, they then killed themselves because, oh, well, they didn't because basically we pushed them to the limits. Now, was that bad? I don't know. I mean, we all did it. It took years of period of time of doing it. But here's just it. People really do need help and everything. We get that. But others, they just need to be motivated. They need a good swift kick in the butt. They need to be told what to do, how to do it, okay? We're not sitting there trying to make a world full of idiots, okay, and then educating those idiots to be educated idiots. We're trying to make it to where, look, you need to take personal responsibility for yourself. What you say, do, think, and everything else depends completely up to you. It is nobody else's fault, okay? But the thing about it is, if you're in a bad situation, it can always get better. You can always pull yourself up by the bootstraps. You can always do something, or, you know, if you're just sitting there and because time's just falling by and you're sitting there, you know, you're thumb warring yourself the whole time. There's other things that you can be doing. Go out, take a walk, take a jog, go to the gym. I don't care where you gotta go. If you don't have money, I'm tired of hearing that one more than anything else. Well, I don't got the money. I'm poor. You've got your life, and there's always something you can do. But guess what? If you do nothing and you hide somewhere and you basically put yourself into a situation where you can't do nothing, well, no one's going to come around. No one's going to help you. If you don't put yourself out there, who on earth would ever help you if they don't even know you're hurting, if they don't know you're suffering, okay? If you don't pick up that phone today and you're basically saying, nobody ever talks to me, well, when was the last time you talked to somebody? When was the last time that you went out there and did the best thing you can do, okay? I'm tired of people using Black Lives Matter for an excuse, or the police, you know, they're all against everybody, or politicians, you know, they all are liars, cheaters, and thieves. We already know all that. But that doesn't mean that every person is like that. What it means is you may have got a bad deal. We get that. People get bad deals every day, okay? However, if you have people that are willing to help you with resumes, helping with the way you dress, the way you look, if you have people helping you, you know, that want to help you lose weight, help you quit smoking, you know, if you have people out there that are trying to tell you, hey, that's a very dangerous relationship you're in, or hey, you know what, that person is cheating on you, this person's doing that, you know, you may want to start opening your eyes a little bit more and basically keeping an open mind. Because not everybody's out there to hate you. Some people are just trying to help you, and you just don't realize it because you've had so many bad run-ins with some really nasty people. And sometimes we have surrounded ourselves with people that will only tolerate us and not celebrate us. So the whole idea is you need to get away from those people one way or the other. You don't even got to tell them you're getting away from them. It's not one of those things where, like, I don't like you, you're mean to me, goodbye. It's not like that. Quit looking at it like that. That's not how it works. How it works is if they call, don't answer. If they're looking, you know, if the only thing that they want from you is to belittle you, talk down upon you, and make your life hell, then you need new friends. Because that's not a friend. Okay? If you go to church to be ridiculed, then you need a new church, because church is not a place for anybody to go to where you're judged at. And that's one of the biggest things, like years ago, back in 2010 when I started with my YouTube channels and then with MySpace and then Facebook, one of the biggest things that I had a big issue with is people that go to church to network. They go to church to judge, ridicule, and belittle people. They don't go to church because of Jesus or God or the angels or the saints or to get religion or read the good book or read the Bible. What they do is they go because they're being indoctrinated into a culture of gossip, rumor. How can I, you know, get more from these different places? I went to different people's churches, and the church itself is magnificent. It's great. It's the people that will sit there and belittle you is the reason why people don't come back. When you're sitting there and you're judging people while you're in church, like, oh, she went through a divorce today. Oh my God, he's cheating on her. He's cheating on her. He is cheating on his wife. Or, oh my God, did you know they had an abortion? Or, oh my God, instead of, you know, these people may be looking for forgiveness or looking for strength, and you're sitting there belittling them while you're in church. And right now, I have all these people shaking their heads. Oh, I would never do anything. You're the one doing it. I'm just going to tell you right now, I don't even know who's shaking their head, but look at it like this. You're the one that's doing it. And if you're not the one that's doing it, you're not doing anything to protect that person from it, which means you're not part of the solution, you're part of the problem. The very first thing you need to do, if you see somebody coming into church, you know what you should do, and no matter what church it is, shake their hand. Say, hey, how you doing? Why don't you come sit in my pew? And yes, it does come from a poem a friend of mine put on their page, but it makes sense. Why do people go to church? A church is not, did you know a church is not a type of religion? Church is a place where people go to gather. Whether you're Muslim, Hindu, Christian, Catholic, Mormon, whatever. Some of the greatest people I know are in some of the craziest religions I know, but you know what? They needed that crazy religion, which is beautiful to them and can be beautiful to everybody else. Maybe you don't believe in God. I know a lot of Wiccas. I know a lot of non-denominationals. I know a lot of people that they don't believe in Jesus, but they believe in a higher power. I know a lot of people that believe in the spirit world and realms and reincarnation, stuff like that, and they're all great people. But the whole idea is, if you're so consistent on judging people, and then you sit there and you talk bad about religion because you think that all people that are in Islam want to kill Westerners. No, they've been indoctrinated also. If a religion talks about killing somebody because they do not agree with your ideas or fundamentals, okay, but they need that means because they don't agree with you, you got to kill them. Then you need to get away from that religion. As simple as that. If you come to a religion where they tell you that you need to go out and spread your seed with as many different women as possible, but by the way, they're not allowed, then you need to get away from that religion. It's just basically control. It's not a religion, it's control. And, you know, I hate to say it, but a lot of the reason why we have PTSD today and we have a lot of depression is due to our religion. And it's our religious and our spiritual leaders that are supposed to be guiding us and helping us are actually belittling us and talking down upon us or talking behind our backs. Or they themselves are not leading the example and are out there lying, cheating, and stealing. And we know about it, and they know we know about it, but they just don't talk about it. And so we all now think it's okay to go do that. You know, that's the reason why we need to bring it, and we need to basically take another look at ourselves and bring it back into the home. You know, we need to start looking at our moms and dads as heroes again. We need to start looking at our firefighters and our police officers as heroes again. We need to start looking at our school teachers as heroes. And if somebody acts up in the classroom, okay, we need to start defending and getting behind our teachers. We need to look at our nurses and our nurse practitioners and our OBYJ, you guys know what I'm trying to say. And we need to get behind them and start saying thank you to them. We need to start telling those men and women that are driving truck every day, hey, you guys are over-the-road truckers. You know, we need to start looking, if you're in a truck and looking out and you see a little kid pulling your hand down like that, we need to start blowing the horn once again to make those kids smile. Why? Because it means they're looking out the window instead of looking at their iPad or computer or phone, and instead they're looking at what's going on around them. See, sometimes it's not the idea that we're so focused on our tablets and our phones and everything else. It's we don't see what's going on around us anymore. It's easier to escape into a reality that's not real. Now, there's nothing wrong with iPads and computers and everything else. That's what we're on right now. But it is when the only thing we know how to do is when we go hide now, we go hide in our computers. It used to be people that knew how to read would go hide in books. And those people that went hid in books actually started getting a pretty better education than us that did not go read books. But you want to know something? Those books didn't have another thing at the very end that would take you to another. In other words, that book didn't trap you. The book always had a beginning and an ending. If it didn't have an ending, we wanted the next book to come out. Hence the reason why I tell people you need to read more. The more you read, the more educated you become, okay? Most of the people I know that argue with me, they think I'm a one political side. I'm actually not. What it is these people that start talking to me and they ask me different questions. I just now lost my train of thought. So the whole idea is you need to read 11 good pages of a book every day because it'll make you smart, it'll make you more intelligent, it'll make you realize. If you judge people and you basically are following only like one news station or one news source or you're believing everything you hear on the news, I'm going to tell you right now that the media lies now. The media is not an honest media. They're all propaganda. It's all propaganda. All of it. Just the best way to look at it. Your hometown news, papers, and everything else, they're one-sided. I promise you, if somebody within that newspaper or that, news outlet gets in trouble, you're never going to hear about it. But somebody else gets in trouble, and they're going to tell everybody about it. So it's one-sided. They only will show the news they want to show. They're not neutral. News is not neutral anymore. You got to have at least, I'd say 9 different news sources on the web that all of them have a different type in order to get the full spectrum of the news. So that being said, let's go ahead and get started now. Because I know as everybody's coming on, I want everybody to know this. Even though I can kind of go out and I get really hard on people and everything else, there's nobody out there that you cannot forgive. There's nobody out there that you cannot tell that they matter, or that you can pray with, or that you can, stand next to. don't stand in front of me because I may not follow you. Don't stand behind me because you may get lost. Stand beside me so that we can do it together. And I invite anybody to call me that's having depression or anything else. I invite anybody that wants to go to church with me on a Saturday or Sunday, or maybe you want to go to your church but you don't have anybody to go with. Call me. I'll go with you if I don't have anything else going on. Maybe you should ask somebody. Maybe instead of start thinking that nobody cares, maybe you're the one that needs to voice up and be like, hey, we need to get up and going. We need to start doing this. I promise you those with depression and PTSD are not going to reach up to you. I don't care whatever you guys say. People that say that goals don't matter and they don't mean anything, they do. They mean everything. They just don't mean everything to a majority of people. It's the individual that those goals matter to. Alright. So, let's get started with the leadership, everybody. Here we go. Ideals are like stars. You will not succeed in touching them. But like the seafaring man on the desert of waters, you choose them as your guides, and following them you will reach your destiny. Carl Schurz. Be not content with the commonplace in character any more than with the commonplace in ambition or intelligence attainment. Do not expect that you will make any lasting or very strong impressions on the world through intellectual power, without the use of an equal amount of conscience and heart. William Jet Tucker. Anonymous. If the dogs are barking at your heels, you know you're leading the pack. And this one's by Albert Schweitzer. I don't know what your destiny will be, but one thing I know, the only ones among you who will be really happy are those who will have sought and found how to serve. Okay. Set that for later. Let's get into Jim Rohn, The Treasury of Quotes by Jim Rohn. We are on happiness right now. You guys ready for happiness? Alright. We all need a little bit of happiness, right? I mean, hoorah. For all you out there, only certain Marines will understand this one. Woof, woof. Woof, woof. Okay. Learn how to be happy with what you have while you pursue all that you want. Happiness is not an accident, nor is it something you wish for. Happiness is something you design. How sad to see a father with money and no joy. The man studied economics, but never studied happiness. The greatest source of unhappiness comes from inside. Happiness is the art of learning how to get joy from your substance. Happiness is not something you postpone for the future. It's something you design for the present. Health. We're on health now, and then we will get into our book. Some people don't do well simply because they don't feel well. Some people take better care of their pets than they do themselves. Their animals can run like the wind, and they can barely make it up a flight of stairs. Make sure the outside of you is a good reflection of the inside of you. Treat your body like a temple, not a woodshed. The mind and the body work together. Your body needs to be a good support system for the mind and the spirit. If you take good care of it, your body can take you wherever you want to go, with the power and strength and energy and vitality you will need to get there. Take good care of your body. It's the only place you have to live. So we all good so far? Alright, right now, if we're all good so far, give me a thumbs up. Give me a thumbs up on here right now. Give me a thumbs up. Hit that like button. We're still going. I'm not done yet. We're just, like I said, I always get a thumbs up. That way it gives me a thing of putting in chapters, okay? Keep your face to the sunshine, and you cannot see the shadows. This is from a friend of mine that I'm going to read. And then we're going to get into our book. But some people need a little bit of motivation. Without hope, man is only half alive. Give me a second. One door never shuts, but another one opens. With every rising sun, thing of your life is just begun. With every rising sun, thing of your life just begun. Okay. Sorry, that was something. Alright, let's get into this. Now remember, for my team book right now, we are, for the month of January, we are reading the book Why. and you guys can go back on here and look. I'll probably put that on Facebook and my YouTube and my Instagram pages. No Instagram, I didn't forget about you. I see you right there in front of me. I just want you guys to know that the reason why I do chapters at a time, that way you can go back and look at them. And whenever I say to give the thumbs up, it's because then you can actually fast forward and find out where we start reading the next chapter at. So right now, we're the Go-Giver. This is the blue one, not the purple one. Remember, we just finished the purple one up. A little story about what matters most in business by Bob Berg and John David Mann. Okay? And we are on chapter 5, The Heart of the Operation. And it's page 39. Wednesday morning, when Ben asked the young man at the front desk for directions to Augustine's office, the fellow said, "Oh, you'll probably find him somewhere in service. The floor 2 through 7. That's floors 2 through 7. 2 through 7? Ben wasn't sure. He'd heard this right. But that's practically every floor in the building. The young man grinned and said, "You want me to page him?" Ben waved his hand dismissively as he turned away from the front desk. "It's okay, I can find my way." As he headed toward the bank of elevators, he overheard the young man mutter to another employee, "That's the guy who says we're such a great company." But it was not lost on Ben that, while employees were all being polite to his face, the currents of suspicion ran deep. He pressed up, and before the elevator door opened, here came Augustine lumbering down the hall toward him. Hey, how's our corporate raider doing this morning?" And before he'd figured out how to respond to that, Ben found himself wrapped in a big bear hug. Ding! The elevator's door flew open, and Augustine stepped in, pulling Ben in after him and punching the 2 button as he spoke. Come on, I'll show you the operation." The contrast between the two brothers could not have been greater. Where Alan was reflective and soft-spoken, even a bit reserved, Augustine was as warm and effusive as anyone Ben had ever met. As they walked the brightly lit main hallway on the 2nd floor, Ben noticed that every wall was generously decked out with photo spreads of all of them apparently depicting family events of different sizes, from intimate picnics to parties of dozens. When the hall opened into an oversized foyer, Ben saw that the photo spread motif continued. Now, with each large wall devoted to a different topic, Augustine narrated each one as they walked. One wall was all wedding photos, another all pictures of children, a third was covered with photos of animals, each with its name scrawled on a caption at the bottom. Crayon, ink, pencil, watercolor. Ben even saw one carefully lettered in colored chalk and framed in glass to prevent smudging. These were kids, pets. Augustine told him proudly, their names carefully inscribed by their respective humans. "What do you think of our employee scrapbook?" "It's wild," was Ben's reply. "It was like walking